Hey guys, welcome back to a Liam Dolphins video. It's been a bit since I've been on YouTube, but I'm back, and today we will be doing a tier list rankings of these Thursday night NFL games of 2024. Fun fact, our last Thursday night game just happened, so now I will be ranking them for this year. So let's start with the Chiefs and Ravens. I say that was an A tier. Now, it came to the final toe. It literally came just by a toe. That's how crazy that game was. And I think this was one of the better Thursday night games. It came by the final moment. It came by the toe. If it's kind of crazy how the Ravens almost win this game. But yeah. Bills and Dolphins, I'm not even going to talk about that game. Tua got injured because Damar Hamlin's dirty. And, we got embarrassed at home by the Buffalo Frauds. I still think the Bills are frauds and Josh Allen's not winning MVP. I might make a video about why Josh Allen's not an MVP candidate and that Lamar Jackson should win it. But anyways, we're not talking about MVPs. We're talking about Thursday Night Football. And next, we got the Jets and Patriots, which they are a C tier because holy shit. This game was terrible. We got Jacoby Brissett, who is probably one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, facing off to the oldest quarterback in the league, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, it was shit. Next, we got the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. I think was also a CTO. It was such a boring game, and the fucking refs were actually helping the Cowboys out. It was just terrible. I think it was one of the worst games. Well, it was terrible because the Cowboys got carried by the refs, and I'd rather have a Dallas blowout than this sleepy ass game. Next, we got the Falcons and Bucks. That's easy as tier. I think top 3 game of the year. This was probably actually not a top 3 game, but a top 3 Thursday night game of the year. This was an amazing game from Baker Mayfield and Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins passed for 500 yards. It's kind of crazy. He's benched now. That's crazy. But, yeah, just, fuck. That was a crazy, crazy game. Came back to the overtime, and Falcons just walked off for a win. And, yeah. Now we got Niners, Seahawks, and I think that will be an A-tier game. I think it was an entertaining game, and I think it was really good. Very enjoyable, and I think, yeah, it was very good, and, yeah, it was pretty good. Broncos and Saints, I don't know, I'm leaning on a C tier or a B tier. Both teams was pretty bad, but I think it was more of a B tier. The Saints are just terrible that game. Spencer Rattler looked pretty bad. Bo Nix actually looked pretty good. Believe in Bo Nix, because Bo Nix is pretty good. I say this game, the Broncos and Saints are low B tier. I don't see anything else crazy. Next, we got the Vikings and the Rams. I think the Vikings and Rams game will be a B tier. I think it's more better than the Dallas and Giants game because I feel like the Dallas and Giants game is similar to the Vikings and Rams because here's the similarity. They both got carried by the refs. The Rams and Cowboys got carried by the refs. So, yeah, I think that the game was more entertaining, but I think the refs did definitely carry the Rams to that win. Jets and Texans, that game was fucking boring as hell. I literally skipped Halloween to watch this shitty-ass game. Garrett Wilson had himself a decent game, I guess. That one-hand catch is not better than Odell's. Odell's had a better catch than Garrett Wilson. But yeah, that was a crappy game, and I think I should have just skipped it and just did Halloween. But instead I didn't because I wanted to watch a football game, and this was just straight up garbage. Next, we got the Bengals and Ravens. Better than the Bucks and Falcons. The Bengals had the game, and then the Ravens came back. Bengals could have actually won this game 36-35, but the refs did also help the Ravens win too. There's a lot of weird calls in some of these Thursday night games. But at the same time, though, it was just amazing. It was amazing. The Bengals actually, if they made a 2-point conversion, they actually made it. Oh yeah, they would have actually won, but no, they lost, which crazy. Next, we got the Commandos and we got the Eagles. This game was sleepy. It was a sleepy game to the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter actually got better. That's why I put it on a low B tier. I think it's not better than the Saints and Broncos. But I might even lean this game to a C tier if I want. But right now, I think I'm going to keep it at a B tier. The Steelers and Browns also, like, the game was just kind of crap. But the snow kind of helped and make it a bit better. I think it was an upset. And obviously, yeah, the snow kind of ruins football games that sometimes. But it's cool to watch when players play in the snow sometimes. It's pretty nice. Sucks when the Dolphins have to play in though, and that's why Roger Goodell should pull up domes in stadiums. Yeah. Anyways, we got the Bills and Lions, and I feel like the beginning of the game, I think I'll put it like a high B, maybe bottom A, but after the game, it was like, mid B. It was just mid. There was nothing really interesting about it, but it was just alright. Dallas versus Giants. Drew Lock versus Cooper Rush. I think this game would have been downhill, but it was better than like Giants and Cowboys. Week 4 and Prescott and Jones. Which is surprising. I still think the game was just terrible, but at least it was alright. The Packers and Dolphins game was definitely a D tier. It's just crappy. I don't even want to talk about it. It was just shit. The Lions and Packers. This one, like the Dolphins game, it's a top 2 game. This might be one of the best Thursday night games of the year. Well, other than the Bengals and Ravens. The Packers and Lions game was just insane. Dan Campbell had big balls to go for a 4th down conversion, and he actually made it. They kicked the field goal, and they won the game. Crazy game. That was actually crazy. Rams and Niners game, that was just terrible. Oh my god, I didn't even finish watching the game. It was just terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I thought this would have been the worst Thursday night game ever. Or this would have been the worst Thursday night game. Or like the worst game of all year. Like, I think this would have been the worst. But instead, we got one other game. But we're going to talk about that later. Right now, we got the Chargers and we got the Broncos game. That was actually a good game. Broncos actually had it. Chargers came back and they won the game. And they also had that like free kick field goal thingy with Jiggy. I didn't even know that was even a rule in the NFL. They didn't even attempt that since in the 70s or something. Like, that's how crazy that game was. And I think it was a really good game. Then we got the worst game of the year, probably. Probably see worst, but we all know this is probably the worst game of Thursday night football history, or Thursday night football this year. Bears Seahawks, easily the worst game of all time. Like, this was terrible. 63. And also, I noticed a trend between these two shitty games, the Rams and Niners and Seahawks and Bears. It was raining though, and yeah, I can see why. But anyways, that's beside the point. The Seahawks and Bears game, that was terrible. It's sad that we literally, like, the last Thursday night game was just the worst. I was suspecting better, but no, this game was terrible. And, yeah, I thought the NFL was actually trolling us, and I guess they did. I guess that was a terrible game. I did not like a single bit of it, and yeah, it was terrible. But yeah, this is my 2024-2025, well, mainly just 2024, because there's still 2025, but 2024 Thursday night football games this year. Hope you enjoy, like, and subscribe, and I'm hoping to do more long-form videos on YouTube, because I actually kind of enjoy making them. Fins up.